Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you and thank everyone for joining us today for another Hub 101. My name is Imani Moore, and I'm the engagement coordinator for the Austin Community Hub. The Hub was designed to be a dedicated space where we engage the members of our community. So we're here to serve as a connection between Austin residents and all the services that are offered by ACT's network of partners, organizations such as career counseling, housing, continuing education, legal assistance, child care, and much more. Each of these Hub 101s that we put together highlights a different partner and their work and gives you all the opportunity to get to know them and get live answers to your questions. And today we have a special one. Today we've invited a few different partners to share some of the resources and events happening in the community this summer. But first, we'll be hearing from Randy, Friday, and Lisa from Rebuilding Together. Uh, so without no further ado, thank you all for being here, and I'll pass it over to you, Randy.
Hey, thanks, Money. And thank you to ACT for having us. Can you guys hear me all right? Okay, good. Let me share my screen real quick, and I will introduce myself. So my name is Randy. I am the program coordinator here at Rebuilding Together Metro Chicago. And we are a home repair nonprofit that we've been working in Chicago and Cook County for over 30 years now. And I'm excited to talk to you today about some programs we have going on in the Austin neighborhood. So let me see. Oh, that's a little not squared up. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Apologies. Okay, can you guys see it now? Well, okay, good. So I'll just look on this other screen here. So just a little bit about Rebuilding Together. We are a licensed 501c3 nonprofit, and we're actually part of a larger national network of organizations that are doing similar work like we're doing all around the country, from coast to coast, different varieties of home repair programs. Rebuilding Together Metro Chicago began in 1991. So I believe that would make this our 34th program year, I want to say. And in that span, we've worked on approximately 2,000 homes as well as over 350 community centers. Our mission is really simple in some ways, really big in other ways, and we're really passionate about it. It's repairing homes, revitalizing communities, and restoring lives. And really what that means is that we are in the business of repairing homes, of working on those critical safety and accessibility repairs that allow folks to live with safety and comfort in their homes, that we love to work within small, tight communities, that we focus neighborhood by neighborhood on our work, so that the work isn't just limited to, one home or a few homes, but that it can make a difference across the neighborhood. And then restoring lives as well. I think we've seen the effect that those critical home repairs can have on a person's life, on a family's life, how encouraging and life-changing that can be. So that's kind of what our mission boils down to. And then our motto is warm, safe, and dry. These three words are kind of our guiding compass for all the projects that we are involved in. We want the work we do to make homes warmer, safer, drier, easier to live in, more comfortable to live in, so that the homeowners we work with can, continue to live in their homes for many more years. Before I continue any further, I realize I neglected to introduce my colleagues. I'm joined as well by Lisa Miranda, who is our program director. Lisa, if you want to wave at the camera. And then Friday Faraday as well, who is our program assistant. So after I finish the presentation, if there's any questions, I hope that between the three of us, we'll be able to answer any questions you might have. These are just a few pictures, some of my favorite pictures from the past year or two of projects we've done. As you can see, there's quite a variety. We work in homes, in community centers, everything from some great painting to carpentry, electrical, plumbing. No 2 days at Rebuilding Together are quite the same, and no two projects are the same. We're always learning new things, and this is just a little snapshot of what we do. Real quickly, just about how to apply and how you might be eligible. So eligible applicants for Rebuilding Together's programming, they own and occupy their homes. You have to live in Cook County, which of course any Austin residents would live in Cook County. We typically work in single family homes and 2 or 3 flats. I know we've done a handful of condos in the past as well, but the bulk of our work is in those single family homes or 2 and 3 flats. The money, volunteers, and materials for all of our projects are provided by sponsor groups. So we work with a lot of different organizations, from local businesses to other local nonprofits, community groups, anyone who kind of wants to come together and pool their resources in order to help our work is how we get it done. And then any work that we do on a homeowner's house is a gift. It's not a lien against the home. It's not a forgivable loan. It is completely free, no cost to our homeowners. Okay, quickly, how do we apply? It's a real simple process, and it all starts with calling Friday at our phone number. She will help you out with anything that you might have a question at. If there's one thing I want you to write down, remember from the presentation, it is this phone number right here, 312-201-1188. And maybe if we could put that in the webinar chat as well so people could copy it down, that would be great. But yeah, if you call us at this phone number, you're going to ask for an application to our home repair program. We'll just grab a few pieces from you, just your name, a phone number to call back at, and then if you want the application sent by mail, by email, or both, we can do any of the above. We'll grab that information. We'll send an application out to you. If it's by mail, it should arrive within a few days. It's a quick little 6-page application. I say it usually takes about 15 minutes to complete. You'll fill that out. Just give us a little information about yourself and about what kind of home repairs you are looking for. You'll return that back to us. And then from there, if you're eligible and if we have programs going on in your neighborhood, which again, in the case of Austin, we do this year, then we would reach out to schedule an appointment to get to know a little bit more about the needs in your home and if you might be a good fit for one of our repair programs. Again, your repairs are, your priorities are important to us. We always try to focus on making this a partnership with the homeowners we work with. The things that you're concerned about, if we have the capacity and resources to address them, your concerns and your priorities matter a lot to us. Before we get into any questions, I'll mention a little more specifically about the programs that we're doing in Austin this year. So we have what we generally call our home repair program, which can have kind of a wide scope. It includes anything from painting to minor carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, to as well as kind of those critical life safety repairs, things like grab bars, handrails, and that typically all happens on what we call National Rebuilding Day, which is this really fun, fantastic, huge event that happens in the last Saturday in April. And then the other program we have is called Safe at Home, and that focuses specifically on those safety accessibility repairs, grab bars, handrails, smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms. So it's really a wide variety of repair work that we do. And kind of one of the questions I typically get is, are you able to do, this repair? And typically the answer I give is that we can't always give an exact answer without seeing your home and getting to know a little bit more about it. But if you're wondering, I always encourage folks to apply, and then we can hopefully sort out details later. Lisa, Friday, is there anything I missed that you think would be critical to bring up? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll swing it back to Amani then if there's any questions.
No, great, great. I appreciate that. First question I got is there like is there a certain amount of homes or repairs that you all are looking to do within this time period? Or is it kind of a case by case basis?
I might swing that to Lisa.
Sure, that's a great question. And it's very much dependent on the funding that we receive. We've selected Austin as a specific area of focus in this coming year. I can tell you that last year we were in the Inglewood neighborhood and we were able to accomplish repairs in approximately 50 homes there. And I always like to beat our records. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to do more than that this year. And that's across a lot of different programming, as kind of Randy went over, that we do have some of those repairs were done that people that just, needed help getting in and out of their bathtubs. So we were able to give them grab bars. Other people, and maybe had some problems with plumbing or electrical or other issues. So it's, but hopefully we'll be working with at least 50 homes and 50 families in Austin this year.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Everybody, you hear that? Get those applications in. Another question. I know you said it's kind of a case by case basis as far as assessing the home to understand what repairs that you could do. But are there any repairs that that you can't do? You know that these type of repairs are off the list.
Some repairs that are very difficult for us to do are things that we've not been able to really do in the past. Is that things that are not that require more than a few days work or are not a safe program for a volunteer to come under. So things like that would be open sewage is very difficult for us, complete roof tear-offs, major tuck pointing, or just structural repairs within the home that may cause a safety hazard either for the family or for volunteers that we bring in. So things like that, like that there's if there are structural issues in your basement that maybe is causing major floor saggage or something like that we never want to come in and do something that could cause something in your home to deteriorate. So those are the things that come to mind. The most popular repairs that we are able to do across our programming is minor plumbing, electrical, and carpentry repairs. Those sorts of things. We do a lot of painting, a lot of landscaping, a lot of just helping people clean and organize their homes so that it's safe for someone that may have, that may be walking with a cane or in a wheelchair. And since they are not able to access some areas of their home or not access some of it safely, those are repairs that we definitely prioritize.
Nice. Thank you. So I know here in Austin, a lot of homes were kind of affected by the floods that we had last year. Just wondering, is that something that you all can help with?
I'm going to parrot back kind of what Randy would say, that we'd want to look at each property regarding that. I mean, if you were able to, we would be more likely to be able to do some help if you were able to start the project in the, that if a lot of times that you need to get everything out of the basement. You may need to, cut drywall so that things can dry out. That we definitely have done some of that sort of work in the past, but it really depends on each individual project. I know that the flood that happened was sort of a very that doesn't happen all the time. So, I mean, I think that we would want to look at each structure specifically to see, is this something that we feel confident that we can put back in some materials that, and then feel confident that it would not flood again, because we just don't want you to, we don't want to invest, you to invest in your home or us to invest in your home in a way that could be damaged again without something, the cause being addressed. So I think that if you have had flooding, you should definitely still apply for our program. We will definitely look at that work, but we will partner with you to determine whether the work that we would be able to do at your home would address the flooding issues or would address other safety concerns that you have in your home. It really is a case by case basis. But if you're concerned about flooding in your basement, either that you had it or you are concerned that you may have it again, that would definitely be something we would look at when we came out to your house, just to kind of get an idea of the work possible at your property.
Okay, great. That's good to know. I think I have one more question. I heard you mention you're able to do repairs on single family homes, multi-unit homes. Uh, is there a world where, say, if I own a mixed use property, say I have apartments up top, maybe one storefront down bottom, is there a world where those repairs can work and be applied to both the living unit and the business unit?
Yeah, that's a good question. For all of our current programs, we can only work in the homeowner occupied unit. So for instance, if I own a 3-flat and I live in the first floor, and I have tenants in the second and third floor, I would only be able to apply for that first floor where I live. We do have a situation where sometimes, we've had families that 2 family members co-own the building, and one lives in the first floor, one lives in the second floor. They are both welcome to apply, and we would process those applications separately and then consider if we'd be able to do work in both units. But typically, that is the stipulation for our programming, is that we can only work in the homeowner occupied unit. And I know there's definitely a lot of really legitimate and valid reasons for wanting to get those repairs done on the other floors. But that's just the case with our programming at the moment, is that we work in the homeowner occupied unit.
Oh, great.
Just for those mixed use buildings, an exception to that may be if the other you have it's a 501c3 in the building, or we've worked in also like people that are doing home daycares that may have that designation as well. That there are, it's a special program called our Give Back Day program. But if you applied to our regular housing program, when we come to visit you, we can talk about that and see if that would be something else that we would that we could consider them for that as well. But typically, if it's if it's a for-profit business, then we would not be able to work in the business space.
Gotcha. Got it. Okay, no, that's great. Thank you for clarifying that. Let's see, do we have any more questions? I think that's all questions. I heard you mention volunteers. Is there any way that the volunteers can get in contact with you? Do they reach out to that same number if they're interested in coming to help out?
Yes, certainly. Definitely calling our phone is great, and I will also drop an email that you guys can send in the Facebook chat. I believe it's volunteer@rebuildingtogether-shy.com. And certainly we're always looking for more opportunities to plug in volunteers. Typically it's we have groups that volunteer, but we're always also welcome to having individuals we kind of call our free agents that can hop on a team and help out. We love that.
Great. It's good to know. Yes. And that deadline to get the applications in. This is the Safe at Home that's due on August 1st. The application.
So that deadline is currently set at August 1st, and that's for all of our programming in Austin, excuse me. I would say it's likely we'll extend that deadline, but I would encourage anybody who wants to apply to get that application in as soon as possible, because we do process applications as they come in. But if you have a neighbor that you're talking to and it's August 2nd and they say, "Oh, that sounds really cool," don't dismay. Feel free to share it with them, and we will continue to process applications as we receive them.
Yeah, I just reiterate that just like we accept applications on a rolling basis, we also accept funders on a rolling basis. So if we get additional funding or a new opportunity, then that we'll continue to consider those as they come in. It's just the sooner you get your application to us, the more of those opportunities your home and your family can be considered for.
Great, great. Okay, I think we have a question in the chat. While we wait on that,
while you're looking for that question, I'll just mention one more thing. We Rebuilding Together, we actually did a Hub 101 last summer with ACT as well. So if there's anything that we didn't mention or that you're more curious about from this presentation, you're welcome to look at that old one as well. I think we go a little more in depth about the history of our organization and some of the reasoning behind why we do what we do. So I'd encourage everybody to check that out as well.
Yeah, when we share that out, I'll see if we can somehow loop those two together. Anyone who hasn't caught that. Okay, yeah, I believe that's it. I believe that's it for questions. Once again, thank you, Randy. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Friday. Always a pleasure. Love the work that you all are doing. Keep it up. Can't wait to see you in the neighborhood this summer. Yeah, I think that's all for questions. We're going to be bringing up Veah shortly so she can talk to us a little bit about the Austin Farmers Market.
Awesome. Thanks, Imani. And thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and if you haven't been to the Austin Farmers Market, you're missing out. It's going on every Thursday, 1 to 6. So please attend. It's music, food, of course, different vendors, games out there for the children. It's a real family affair. So please come out, support. And then, yeah, with no further ado, I'm going to bring Veah up, and then she'll touch a little bit more on that. Hey, Veah.
Sorry about that. I was trying to get my unmute on. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on as representatives for the Austin Town Hall Farmers Market. I appreciate you guys so much. You at ACT do an amazing job of keeping everybody informed and just making sure that we're knowing what's happening in the community. So I thank you for today. I am an Austin born and raised person, so I understand how important this farmers market is. I tell people I'm from this dirt all the time, so I know the things we used to have. I know things that we're missing, but being blessed to be approached with this position presented a beautiful situation for me. I'm a caterer by trade, and I started my business in Austin, and I've done so much in this area, and I love this area, not just because I'm born and raised here, but because it has a rich history. Most people don't know that the farmers market started with Rahm Emanuel when he was looking at the areas that were underserved, just not getting the resources that they needed, and he decided to put farmers markets on the rail line. So the markets he made sure were there had to have close proximity to the L or to a busing station, so people could easily get there if they didn't have cars and things of that nature. So this is a true city of Chicago market. DCase is our quote unquote, I'm gonna use the air quotes, parent. and all our rules and regulations come through them. We are what they consider a community partner. So we check in once a week with different things to make sure that we're staying in compliance. We go over who we're bringing into the market. If we may have a question about if they fit within the guidelines, even though we have them, but sometimes there are people who are like right at the cusp of maybe not being for this particular market, but they can be given off to another type of market. So Austin's market sits in front of the Austin Town Hall Park, which is at 5610 West Lake Street. That's right on the corner of Lake and Central. We're outdoors. We are June through October. We're every Thursday, rain or shine, from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. What we enjoy about the park is we get to bring on a showcase of amazing vendors from all around the city, just to make sure that we are receiving the things that Austin has been asking about. My main focus when I took over as the management of the market, I do that in conjunction with 40 Acres Fresh Market. My saying to them was, I don't want this to be grandma's market. You know, we all can remember when your grandmother talked about the farmer's market or the walking men's coming around. I wanted it to have a little bit more of a feel of family, of connection, of community growing together and rebuilding some things that the community may have. As well as I said to Liz Abuno, the owner of 40 Acres, I said, listen, if you guys trust me to present you with a group of people who can make Austin richer, I promise you giving me a little bit more leeway will not be to a disappointment. So what I started out doing was going to the different community meetings, going to the senior buildings and just asking, what are you looking for? Seeing how the grocery stores are closed and the corner stores are closed, and so many of those buildings have been torn down rather. What are you missing in Austin that you would need to get on a daily basis? What are your staples? I can't do everything, but if you give me the list and allow me to begin, I can. So I took this position on April last year, and the farmers market started in June. And we started out, of course, really small because that's not a lot of time to build a market. But I was able to tap into resources to talk to other community organizations who had insight on people. But me coming from a cooking background and knowing multiple chefs and knowing multiple people who love to work in the community, I was able to tap into a lot of that in the beginning. This season, we've increased that. We have multiple vendors from different food backgrounds. So you're not going to come out and be like, oh, so yeah, it's soul food because we have all these soul food restaurants. No, we have been tremendously blessed to have all kinds of businesses coming out. We've had stuff from the diaspora. We've had things from snacks that people wouldn't think about. And some of them were only here for a couple of weeks, but they were our pop-in vendors and pop-out. Like we had Darbach Lavar for a while. We had a hot sauce vendor at the beginning of the market, and now we're about to bring in a new one. So it's not just that. We have Farmer Nick's, which we are so happy to have partnered with, and he's downstate Illinois, and he's bringing every type of meat you can imagine and eggs. So that is something that has been missing from this market due to the fact of the regulations that they have to have. It must be a refrigerated truck. Everything has to stay in a cooler or a dry ice situation. So getting that to the park has been a challenge, but I'm so grateful that we have Bennett Farms in the beginning, and now we have Farmer Nick's. So it's been amazing for that. We have Uncle Earl's Barbecue that's with us every week. We have a ice cream truck that comes out every other week. We have vegan food. We have vegan desserts. We have a young lady at the age of 13 doing her lip gloss line. That's amazing. And she's done it herself. Everything is all natural. We partnered with Kirby Coffee last season, and they come in and out. They don't work every day because they have 3 locations now, but they work at least twice in a month. They'll come out, you'll see them, and you'll get to get all that wonderful coffee and the croissants they have partnered with the baker in Hyatt Park. We have a sea moss dealer that we call her the water and wellness dealer. We're so happy for her. Like I said, 40 Acres is our partner for this, but we also have Faustino's fruits and vegetables that come out, and they bring a lot of different fruits and vegetables that 40 Acres doesn't carry. We have a pop up and pop in vendor, as I call her, which is Joy Billy Popping Corn, and it's amazing. That's the most addictive popcorn I've ever had in my life. So we're great. We're grateful for her. We've partnered last season with Oak Park River Forest High School, and they do a hydroponic teaching, and you can buy some of that from them. And I'm so happy that the students come out with the teachers and actually explain it and sell it. We have some other great partners that we work with throughout last season and this season, just to make sure that people know what's in the area that they can tap into. We are grateful for Chicago Grows Food. They bring our grow kits once a month. So anyone who's looking to learn how to grow in their windowsills, to grow in their backyards, to grow on their porches, if they don't have a large backyard and they're living in an apartment building, Elizabeth comes out and she teaches that. Not only does she give out those boxes, but she teaches that, and then she can also set up time with you if they have it on their schedule to come out and show you how you can do some things on your porch. You just sign up with her. So we're grateful that for that partnership as well. And we are a link match market. So what that means is if you are on link, we teach you how to get the most bang for your buck. What you're going to do is you're going to come to the market and you're coming to the welcome table. We're going to explain to you all the vendors that are there that you can purchase your link dollars with. We want you to go see all of them first. Do not go to the produce sense. Go see everyone else who has that flyer up that tells you, yes, we accept links. You purchase from them. We match you dollar for dollar up to $25, which means I'm giving you that money back. You go, let's just say you go to Bot Bakery and you buy some of her vegan treats. Whatever you spend with Bot Bakery, we're going to give you that back in link bucks. You're going to take those link bucks and then you're going to go to the produce tent. You're not going to reswipe your card. You're going to pay them in the produce bucks that I just gave you. So we're stretching your dollar. If you come and you spend $50, I just gave you 50 back. And those coupons do not expire. So if you don't use them all when you come to the market today, you can use them for the next market. You can use them next year if something happens that you don't come back out. But of course, we want you back out. So that is an amazing program. We have it on our website and we have it in our newsletter telling you how you can sign up, because we also do the senior coupons that come out in July. They just came out on the 10th and they're going to go to October 15th. And so what that is a separate program from the link match. You sign up with the Greater Food Depository. If you qualify, you will get a booklet of $50. And those $50 can be used specifically for produce only as well. So that's for seniors age 60. And this is a program that is only in the city of Chicago for those who are in Cook County. So we have that information on our website. We have it in our newsletters. If you come to the welcome tent, we will give you the form to tell you how you apply with the Greater Food Depository to get those benefits. And then we also give you the list of where you'll pick them up from, because they have a listing of where you would pick up those senior coupon books from. So I'm very happy that we also have those two programs that offer that assistance for those who are living in Cook County and those who are living and need some assistance. To have link at the market is an amazing thing. There are other markets in the city that also have it. We call each other sister markets. So if you, like I said, if you can't get back to Austin and spend those bucks and you happen to be visiting a family member or friend in the area of another market, you can take those same coupons that I'm going to give you at Austin for produce and use it in their market for produce. That's the other beautiful thing about the program, that you're not, you won't lose them because they don't expire, and you can use them all season long. So I'm grateful to be partnered with something like that to give that resource to the community. We're always adding. Last market, which was 7-Eleven, was amazing. We have also partnered with Weber Grill, and they signed up to do 4 cooking demos for the season. The first one was 7-Eleven. The next one won't be to 8/22, and then they'll do one in September, and they'll do one in October. So that is an amazing thing to have partnered with Weber Grill and to get a celebrity, and I'm using the air quotes, Chicago pitmaster to come out and do it. It was such an awesome demonstration that he taught so much and he explained so much and he answered all the questions of the crowd. Weber sent out brand new grills for people to be able to look at while he cooked on them, and sent out tools. And they didn't send out a chef grade grill. They sent out grills that you and I can buy and put in our backyard, and the tools that will help making barbecuing or grilling, because they're two different things, easier. And he explained all of the tools and things that were sent out and explained how to properly use them, how to properly temp your meats as you're cooking, how to cut things up and why you're cutting them up. And it was amazing to see even the young kids who were sitting at the demo find fun in it. They were like oohing and ahhing. And I was happy for that, because we always need to make sure we're giving an educational piece. The same thing, we had the other demo was by our partners Beyond Hunger. They came out and they also had Rush Hospital with them. So we had the team of Beyond Hunger doing a plant-based demo, and then also they brought the cardiac care team from Rush, and they talked about cardiac care and how they were giving out free screenings. You didn't have to have your insurance. They gave out vouchers so that you can come into a location and be done. That is the other piece what I meant when I said, I explained that I don't want this to be grandma's market. I want this market to be able to bring to the area of Austin the things that they may not be able to readily go to. They may not be able to get to that type of care. They may not be able to get to someone who can explain to them different things about their health, because not only does our team at Beyond Hunger, when they come out, explain it, we have their dietitians. So any questions you may have about your health can get answered at that time. We also had carpools out, and they are a legal aid clinic. And we had the Office of the Inspector General out, and we had the Leaders Network, New Credit Union out, explaining how the community up right there with the representative who was there that day, which was Reggie Little, and he was getting people pre-signed up and then telling them to come up the street because they're right on Central and Madison, right up the street from where we are on Central and Lake, and just go down there and get it completed. So I feel like we are bringing the city, not just the area of Austin, but anyone in the city of Chicago that wants to come out, resources that they may not even know how to tap into. That's our job, to make our area stronger, but not just dividing it because it's the Austin neighborhood. This is a Chicago market. It is open to everybody. And when you're there, we hope that we are answering some of the questions that maybe you're not getting answered, even at your market, or even if you know that there's a market. We know we have a lot of more work to do to get the community of Austin to recognize that we're here. We're out canvassing all the time, trying to make sure that they know this market is here and open for them, and that we are trying to build. Every time we go to a community meeting, we hear something else. Or if you come into the market and stop at the welcome table and fill out the 3 questionnaires that we just asked you, how did you find us? What are you looking for at the market? And if you are a regular, what do you love about the market? Our job is to grow it so that when people speak about the Austin Town Hall market, they can say, this is what I was looking for. This is what I need. And they're listening to us. It's not our market to control. It's our market to curate and make sure that those who are in the area are receiving those things that they need to feel like, hey, every day I can make it. And I'm getting access to those things that I need to make it day to day.
No, that was great. That was great. I couldn't have said it better. That was a wealth of knowledge as well. So much game. I had no idea how the markets even started. But one thing I would like to add to that is, if you haven't been, it is something that you have to experience for yourself, because it is an experience. It's not your regular farmer's market. It is a place where you can go and engage with the community. I went last week, seeing friends that I grew up with, connecting with some of my seniors in the neighborhood. I was one of those people that signed up for the credit union when I was out there. So everything she's saying is dead on point. So yeah, please go out. Please go out and get that experience. It's something that the neighborhood hasn't had. Like she said, it's just a vibe. It's music playing. It's a feeling. It's more than just coming and getting food. So I stand by that message. And I don't believe we have any questions, but one of the questions that I get all the time while I'm out, and I know you went over it, is the one about the link match. I think some folks get confused about that, so I'm glad you were able to touch on that and educate me on that as well. But I think that's it. And did you say the Weber's cooking demo was Weber's Grill cooking demo was August 22nd?
Yes, the next one is going to be August 22nd. We will still have the same chef, Chef Daniel Hammond. They haven't given me the menu, but I'm so sorry for all y'all who missed that delicious brisket last week. And the steak that he had. I don't know if that's going to be a repeat, but yes, the next one is going to be August 22nd for him. And if I can, I forgot to mention that we also partnered with the trolley tours that come out the first week of each month. And that's with Crystal Dyer, who's the owner of Gone Again Travel and Chicago Youth Adventures. And so they meet at the Chicago Youth Adventures and bring them over. They do a trolley tour to all our local area community gardens. And once they leave the community garden, then they come back to the farmers market so they're in time for whatever demo that we have that day. And it's just like you said, I normally say it, but you said it for me. It's a vibe. We also have the masseuse that's out every other week. And people say, oh my God, how did you get a masseuse to the market? If you don't ask, you don't know. So I asked, and we had a different masseuse last season, and we have a new one this season, but they also work together. And his main office is downtown Chicago. So people don't have to get scared and say, wait a minute, if I can't get the massage in the park, is he going to be trying to creepily come to my home? No, he's going to set you up an appointment to come to his facility downtown on Michigan Avenue. So I want people just to know that just come and view it. And we got seats for you. We got tables lined up.
Nice. No, I definitely appreciate that, and thank you for taking the time out, coming and spread that great information to everyone. You'll definitely see me this Thursday coming up. I hope to see you all out there. And I think that is all. If you are requesting services from the hub in the registration form, you will definitely be hearing from our team within the next week. So we look forward to connecting with you all soon. Again, big shouts out to Rebuilding Together, Randy, Lisa, Friday, their whole team. Another special thank you to Veah, Austin Farmers Market, and 40 Acres. All the stuff you shared today was definitely appreciated. And to the audience, you can go ahead and register for our next Hub 101 for next month. You can also share the registration form in the Facebook event with your friends and families and neighbors and anyone you think may be interested in any of those resources. And I hope to see you all soon. Until next time.